Frustration when raising puppies and dogs. I think it's something that's rarely talked about by veterinarians, dog professionals, and especially pet owners. I think there's this element of embarrassment if we say to someone, wow, this might not have been a great idea, or I had no idea what I was getting into. I have no clue how to take care of this puppy. I think I'm doing everything wrong. I think we got the wrong dog. So those feelings are pretty common and they're perfectly normal. I can share, I've, raised 30 puppies in the past 20 years, and there have been a few that made me question why I even had dogs in my home. Thankfully, the feeling passes. Those feelings are usually brought on from fatigue. You're not sleeping, you're getting up all night, you're taking care of this puppy. Then you're managing them all day long. So your routine's completely turned upside down. You can't leave your house for more than 2 hours at a time, or if you do leave, you feel guilty the whole time you're gone. You feel guilty putting them in a crate. You feel guilty not letting them sleep in your bed with you. There's all these feelings that we have about puppies, and it just can feel overwhelming. Then you get into normal puppy or dog behavior, digging, chewing, barking, jumping. Puppies and dogs don't speak English, so then we're trying to communicate with this animal who has no idea what we're talking about. That's pretty frustrating. So when you look at the big picture, you've taken on a really huge project when you bring a puppy or dog into your home. And a lot of people aren't prepared for it. I have worked with wonderful breeders, the breeders that I've worked with over the years. They do a very good job of preparing their clients for having a puppy come home with them, from providing them with books and online resources, and obviously email support and phone support with them once the puppy goes home. But there are a lot of people breeding dogs, or different groups that people are getting dogs from, who don't really prepare you for what you're in for when you get home with this puppy or dog, whether it's an 8-week-old puppy or a 5-year-old dog that you've acquired. Any animal coming into your home is going to go through some level of stress. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how big your yard is, how many toys you bought. It doesn't matter. The change is stressful. You've taken them away from potentially the only home they've known since they were born, their family, their mom. If it's a rescue dog, that dog could have been bounced multiple times before he ended up with you. That's extremely traumatic and stressful for the majority of dogs. So we have to take that into account. We're bringing this animal into our home who needs time to get their bearings. They need time to get comfortable in our home with us and in all the new expectations that we've set for them. Then we have to educate ourselves. Frustration arises when we really, quite frankly, don't know what we're doing. And that's not uncommon. Few people have the level of understanding of dog behavior that a professional like myself does. And it's only because for 20 years I attend seminars, I've been certified, I read books, I network with my peers, we're constantly learning new things. It's impossible for the average pet parent to have the level of understanding of dogs that a pet professional does. So first of all, I say give yourself a break. You can't know everything, and you're not a professional dog trainer, so your area of expertise is pretty limited. So the first thing you can do is start educating yourself. Find a good, reputable book to read. I have a couple favorites here. I got Puppy Start Right. This is a great book. It's written by Debbie Martin, and I think it's just a great first book for someone to start with when they have a new puppy. Another one, Patricia McConnell, The Puppy Primer. Again, another great book if you have a puppy. All of these books are very easy reads. They help you get a basic understanding of puppy behavior, how to integrate them into your home, how to get them started with basic training, crate training, housebreaking, all that great stuff. If you're bringing a puppy or an adult dog into your home, I think everybody who has a dog should read The Culture Clash by Jean Donaldson. This is a book that really helps the average person understand how dogs think. And when you read this book, you usually say, I had no idea. I know I did the first time I read it 22 years ago. So I highly recommend this book. It's a good read. If you really want your head to explode and you're an overachiever, then read Accelerated Learning. This one is written by Pam Reed. It's really not for the beginner. This is for somebody who truly wants to understand dog behavior, but it's a good book, but it will make your head hurt as you're reading it. So, you start by just read a simple book. Subscribe to some reputable online programs that are dog training based. So whether it's a puppy or an adult dog, you want to look for credentials. The person that you're following or taking advice from, who are they? Do they have legitimate credentials? Are they certified through a national or international organization that actually tests and screens you, doesn't just email you a certificate because you answered some questions on a 6-week course online? You want hands-on practical experience working with dogs. That's who the person you take advice from should be. Today, it's very easy to find experts in this field. We have the International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants. We have the Association for Professional Pet Dog Trainers. We have Professional Pet Guild. We have the Karen Pryor Academy, who now certifies trainers that have gone through her program. So we're not talking about people who just call themselves dog professionals. These are people who've gone through very legitimate programs, been tested, and earned their credentials. So when you find yourself feeling frustrated, the first thing you should do is just take a little bit of time to start educating yourself about this animal that you brought into your home. And typically, once you have just some basic understanding of what is normal behavior, you stop thinking that you brought Cujo home, or you have the worst dog on the planet, or you're never going to be able to train this dog. It's a learning process, and it also requires patience. You have to be patient with your puppy or dog, and you have to be patient with yourself. I personally tell people, yes, it's very frustrating. It's exhausting. The first month, it's just kind of a mental drain. As much as you love the puppy and as much as you want this dog in your family, you have to know up front that there's going to be some element of, frustration when you're dealing with this. So definitely, do a little bit of education for yourself, reading, finding websites that are credible, get in a class, work with a dog professional, talk to your veterinarian. The worst thing you should do is let a problem linger. If you really think you have a serious problem, or you're really concerned about maybe the health of your puppy or dog, something just doesn't seem right, something isn't right about their behavior, don't let it go on for days or weeks or months. Behavior problems do not correct themselves, they get worse. Health problems obviously get worse. The first thing you should do is reach out to the person you got your puppy or dog from, a breeder, a shelter, a rescue. Go back to that original source, talk to them. If they aren't able to help you, obviously, if you think it's a health problem, you should immediately speak to your veterinarian. All of these people need to work collaboratively to help you be successful in raising and training your puppy and dog. But it all starts with just reaching out and asking people for help. And there's a ton of it out there. You just have to make sure you're getting it from people who can actually help you.